Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope that you guys enjoyed the last video. I don't know what I did to my YouTube page. I must have clicked on the wrong thing by accident, but for those of you those of you who may have tried to comment on my previous videos, you can go back and comment on them now. I don't know what I did wrong, but I was able to fix it, and you guys can go ahead and comment. So today I wanted to talk about having confidence in God and being able to step out on faith. So I was looking over the story in the Bible about the three Hebrew boys who got thrown into the fiery furnace. And so in the story, King Nebuchadnezzar, he makes a giant golden image that he wants people to bow down and worship to when they hear like the different instruments and the different music. He wants you to bow down and worship the different images, the image. And so all of the people listened, but there were three boys who refused to bow down and worship because they're like, we believe in God, we're worshiping God, we're not going to bow down and worship this image. So, of course, the king was angry, he was frustrated, and he was mad. And so he's like, well, since y'all don't want to worship, I'm going to throw y'all into this fiery furnace. So, where's your God going to be at then? Is he going to save you? And so, they cocky, they believe in God, and they know God's going to come through for them. So their response to him was, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If that is the case, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hands, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. Now, that is crazy because there ain't no way, like, come on, in reality, right? If you were told to worship something and if you didn't worship it, they were going to kill you, I'm pretty sure most of us would have worshipped it. Even though we didn't believe in it, even though we didn't want to, even though we love God, most people would be afraid or terrified to face death. Like, that's crazy, right? That they had so much confidence in God that they weren't afraid, that they were like, no, throw us into the fire, then he gonna save us. Like, I ain't worried about nothing you talking about. Like, that's crazy. That's the kind of faith I'm trying to have. Like, regardless of what it looks like or how it feels like, we're going to trust you anyway and know that this may not look good, like this may not feel good, they're threatening my life, but because I trust my God and because I believe in him and I have faith in him, I know he's going to come through for me. Like, that is crazy. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if I would have had the heart to do that. I'm just being honest. Like, I love God and everything, but I don't know if I would have been able to stand tall like that and do it. I don't know how many of us would have had enough faith. Some people might have. I'm just being honest. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, the king, he got mad, of course. So he had them turn it all the way up. 7 times hotter than the furnace normally is. And he had, his people throw them into the fire. What's crazy is that the fire was so hot that it burnt the people the men who worked for Nebuchadnezzar that threw the three Hebrew boys into the fire. They actually got burnt up and died because of how hot the fire was. So they throw the men in the fire and they're looking. And as they're looking, they're like, wait, wasn't it just 3 men in there? Well, it's 4 in there now, and they're walking around like they're fine. They're not hurt. They're not burning up. Like, what's going on? So the king goes over there and they take the 3 Hebrew boys out. And just that part alone is crazy. Like, the fact that they were thrown into the fire and that they didn't burn up, they didn't die, because logically speaking, that's impossible, isn't it? There's no way to get thrown into fire and not burn up and die. But because of the God who we serve, because of the God who they serve, the God who they believe in, the God who they trust in, the God who they put their confidence in, he protected them from the fire because he said that he will. He will protect his children, right? And that's exactly what he did. He saved them from the fire because they had the confidence and the faith, and they did not disobey God to obey man. He saved them and he protected them from the fiery furnace. So they came out of that furnace. They weren't burnt. They wasn't hot. They didn't smell like smoke. It wasn't, their clothes wasn't messed up. Their hair wasn't messed up. Nothing. Everything was perfectly fine. That's crazy, right? Because what? Like, that literally doesn't make any sense, right? It makes no sense. But like I said, the God that we believe in, anything is possible. There is no limitations that you can put on him. Like, anything you could possibly think of times, a million, he is capable of doing. He can do just about anything you want him to do, and he's capable of doing anything. And that is like literally beyond crazy to me. And it really, I don't know about you guys, but it really, really brings me so much joy sometimes, because I'm like, yo, we sit here and we ponder and we worry and we stress about so many different things. And it's like, we keep forgetting that God is capable of anything. Like, even though it doesn't look right and you're trying to add it up and you can't calculate it and you're like, no, this ain't going to work out. This ain't going to work out. But it can work out. It can work out. Anything that you're going through, anything that you're worried about, anything that you're stressed out about, have the confidence in God and know that he's going to come through for you. He came through for you the last time, right? So why would he not come through for you this time? It's like, we ourselves, we put so much stress and so much doubt and so much worrying on the situation, and that's not God. Like, that's not him. He's fine. He's up there like, I got you. Like, just trust me. It's okay. I know you're worried and you're scared, but I got the situation under control. You don't gotta worry about it. And us as humans, we get so worried, we get so stressed when it's down to the wire. And what I think is crazy about the story is, like I said, their life was on the line. Their life was on the line, and they didn't stress. They didn't worry. They didn't say, oh, look, King, look, we love God and all. We want to worship him. We ain't trying to worship this. I'm sorry, please. Like, there was none of that. They were confident, and they said, I don't have to answer to you. I answer to God. He's going to protect us. He's going to save us. That is crazy. That is crazy, to have that much confidence that you're able to just stand tall, look fear in the eye, look the devil in the eye, and say, you can't hurt me. You can't do nothing to me. No, I answer to him. And whatever you saying, whatever you plan on doing, God's going to protect me from that. I don't have to worry about that. That is crazy. That is crazy. So anyway, there were 3 points that really, really stuck out to me when I read this. So the first point is that you have to watch how you treat God's people. Because so many times, we can be rude and we can do things, or we can treat people how we want to treat them, thinking that everything is going to be fine, or I'm good, I'm good, and karma does not play. And so, like I said, you got to watch how you treat God's people, because when you try to hurt them, you end up hurting yourself. Those men who went to throw the 3 Hebrew boys into the fire didn't even know what they were setting themselves up for, and they got hurt in the midst of following Nebuchadnezzar. They done set themselves up for failure. And so the Bible scriptures I wrote down to go along with that are, do not harm my chosen people, do not harm my prophets. That's First Chronicles 16:22. And God also says, vengeance is mine. That's Deuteronomy 32:35. Now, as I said before in previous videos, like, God, he can do more for you than anyone else can, right? But he can also defend you better than anyone else can. So you don't have to worry sometimes about what people say, what they doing, how they talking about you behind your back, blah, blah, blah. You don't got to worry about that, because God will take care of it. Like, so many times if someone disrespects me or does something, it depends on what it is. I'm not going to lie, it depends on what it is. But a lot of times I try to just let that roll off my back and go, that's fine, got it. You know what? Got to deal with you. My heart was in the right place when I did that. So if you want to be rude, that's on you. But I'm not going to allow myself to come out of character or get frustrated or irritated with what you got going on, because I have confidence in God to know that I'm okay, and that whatever you do to me that you shouldn't, he'll deal with that. I don't have to worry about that. The second thing was, have faith and trust in God. Trust that he will come through for you. You can't just trust God in the good times. You got to trust him in the bad times. So it's easy to trust him when you know the outcome, or when okay, everything's going to work itself out. When you kind of got an idea of of how things are going to happen, that's easy. But you got to trust him in those difficult times too, those tough times, these times where your lives are on the line, the times where your finances are on the line, those times when your health is on the line, where your children are on the line. Like those, you have to trust him anyway. You can't pick and choose when to trust him. Go, okay, well, this looks good, I trust him right now, but I don't know about this time. Things ain't looking too good. It don't look like I'm a witness. It don't look like things are going to come out the way I want them to. So I don't know about trusting God with this. I think I'm just going to take this into my own hands. No, you got to trust him regardless of how it looks, regardless of what you think the outcome is, because those boys, those men, they trusted him regardless of what the outcome was. They even said if he doesn't save us, we're going to still worship him anyway. We're not going to say, oh, okay, well, we're worshiping him when we think good things are good, and when they're bad, we're not. They were determined to do it regardless. Like nothing that was going to come out of King Nebuchadnezzar's mouth was going to change what they felt or what they thought. And that's exactly how we should be. And easier said than done, because it's a very, very hard thing to do. But it's like I said before, you can't lose trust in God. Like there's no wrong. There's no wrong he can do. He's going to protect you. He's going to be with you. He's going to keep you safe. So why not? What do you got to lose by trusting in him? Nothing. Only thing you're going to do is build your faith. Your faith and your trust can't be built if you don't give God a chance to do it in the first place. You get nowhere. You win nothing. So why not give him a chance? Why not trust in him? Even though you're terrified and you're scared, do it anyway. Trust him anyway. Step out anyway. Try it anyway. What have you got to lose? And by having faith, I feel like it's just showing action, and that's exactly what those boys did. They had faith and they showed actions. They didn't just say it with their mouths, but they did it, because they could have easily said, oh, we worship God, but still bow down. They didn't bow down either. They were not doing any of that. They did it with their words and with their actions. They showed that they trust God and they had faith in him, and they were going to worship him regardless. And so the Bible scriptures that I wrote down for this one is, have faith in the Lord your God, and you will stand strong. That's 2 Chronicles 20:20. And the second Bible scripture I wrote down is, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved. That's Romans 10:9-10. And that's exactly what they did. They believed in their heart. They had faith in their heart, but they also professed with their mouth. Like, this is what we're doing. We're worshiping him. We're not about to do any of the other stuff that you're talking about. And the last point that I have is, your faith can give others faith. It can help others to believe. Your testimony, your trials, the things that you go through, they're for you, but they're also to help others, because, like I said before in previous videos, people don't always know that what we go through. They don't always know what we deal with. And when we're able to let people know the lives that we lived or the things that we've been through, and they realize like, oh man, I'm going through that right now, or oh man, I didn't know you've been through that. We're able to connect with one another and share our faith and be able to share things together. We're able to help people get through the things that they've been through, but we're also able to help people believe, because sometimes people just need to see, people just need to hear. And I mean, not all people, some people are stubborn and you can tell them 1,000,001 times and they still won't believe. That's fine. But people believe when they hear and see things. And so Nebuchadnezzar, as you can see, he didn't believe in God. He didn't care. He cared about himself. He cared about people worshiping the idols and the gods that he believed in. But once he seen this, he promoted those Hebrew boys. He also declared a decree that anyone who spoke against the God of the Hebrew boys will be chopped up into pieces, and that their houses will be burnt down to an ash, because he said no one can save anyone like their God just did. So clearly their God is the one that's important. Their God is the one that's relevant. Their God is the one that's living. Their God is the one that's capable of saving anybody from anything. And he believed that he was there to bear witness of what God did. So now he believed and he understood. And so the scripture that I wrote down, they're both from Daniel chapter 4, as Nebuchadnezzar began to believe in God because of what he was able to see. The first thing Nebuchadnezzar says is, it is my pleasure to tell you about the miraculous signs and wonders that the Most High God has performed for me. That's Daniel 4:2. The second thing he said was at the end of the chapter. He said, now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and exalt and glorified the King of Heaven. That's Daniel 4:37. But that's crazy though, right? Because that same person who wanted to take the life of people for not bowing down and worshiping the image that he wanted you to worship is now a believer in God because of what he was able to witness. But think about it. What if those boys didn't refuse to bow down and worship? What if they sat there and did the same thing that everyone else did and they just bowed down and worshiped? That would have never happened. And who knows if Nebuchadnezzar would have ever became a believer. But because they stepped out on faith and because they were able to trust their God and know that he would deliver them through anything, they were also able to make him a believer. And I think that's truly, truly amazing. It's always exciting for me to share my love for God with people and to let them know the things that he's brought me through, the things that I've learned, the person I'm becoming. I'm always excited about sharing it. It's always fun for me. But for someone to actually stand there and witness a miracle right before their eyes, I think that's truly, truly amazing, because that's something you can't deny. You can't say, well, so-and-so told me that, so-and-so. No, he was able to sit there and witness that with his own eyes, what God was capable of doing, that he protected those boys because they trusted him and they believed in him and they knew that he would come through for them. And he did. And that should give you hope and faith in anything that you're dealing with, because if he can step in and save these boys out of fire, if they can walk around in that fire and not be burnt and not be hurt by that fire, not come out smelling like smoke or anything, then what can he possibly do for you? That's crazy, right? Like, so if he can sit there and save them from a fiery furnace, then why can't he save you from the relationship that you're in? Or why can't he help you with your finances? Or why can't he protect you from those things that you've been like? Why can't he do the same thing for you? He can do the same thing for you that he did for them. You just have to believe and have faith and have the confidence in him and know that if he did it before, then he can do it again. If he did it for them, then he can do it for me. You're no different than those Hebrew rules were. You just got to have faith and believe and trust in him. Have confidence in him and know that he's going to come through for you, because why would he not? Why wouldn't he? Didn't he say that he would? So why wouldn't he come through for you? He's going to be there for you just like he was before, and just like he was the time before that, and the time before that, and the time before that. And don't get me wrong, I know that it's hard. It's very difficult to trust when you're afraid and you're terrified and you're literally clenching on to everything you have. You're like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. But trust in him. Have faith in him. Know that he will come through for you and that he's with you. He's watching you. He understands and he will protect you. He will save you. He's not going to leave you by yourself to drown or worry or stress. He's going to be with you. We just have to trust that. We have to let go of the way that we think and let go of the way that we worry and know that God is with us. Even if you got to repeat it to yourself. Sometimes I have to do that when I get in those moments where the devil is just in my mind and he's got me down and he's got me stressing. I got to keep saying, God's with me. No. God is with you. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. God is with me. He's with me. Everything will be okay. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to work itself out just like it did the last time. Don't worry. Don't stress. Everything's going to be okay. God is with me. If you got to keep repeating that to yourself, keep repeating it to yourself. That's what's going to help you feel better. But just know that he's with you and keep reminding yourself of that he's with you and that he's not going to leave you, nor will he forsake you. He's going to always be with you. He's going to always be with you. He's going to always be with you. And with you, and with you, and with you, he's going to always be with you. He's with you right now. He's watching you right now, and he's going to protect you right now. He's going to save you right now. He knows what you need right now, and he's with you right now, and he's got your back right now. So trust and believe that, and constantly tell yourself that. Constantly tell yourself that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this message. I hope that you guys got something out of it. I pray that you guys have a great week. I pray that you guys just continue to trust in God, continue to have confidence in him, continue to have strength in him, and know that he's with you and that you are never alone, no matter what it looks like or what it feels like. Those Hebrew boys, they trusted regardless of what it looked like. Trust him regardless of what it looks like, because he has your back. He's got your back. He's with you, and you will never be alone. So you guys have a very great day. Have a very blessed week. Please continue to check out the videos. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and now you can comment. And have a very, very great day. Bye.